guys, this is Shahrukh and today our topic is cosmic microwave background radiation. Outer universe we see in the night, the color of space looks black. But the original color, if I told you that, it's not black, it's orange.
Why it's orange? Let's find its possible reasons.
Okay, let's find out. Our space is pitch black, so pick any point in space and point your dish toward it. You might expect to get nothing, but you get static. Now pick another point and you will get more static. No matter how you orient your dish, there are always constantly underlying microwave band static. They are just there. Now since we pick up this mysterious static from the space, it seems to coming from a particular source in the sky. But the problem is, we don't know any type of source which emit this observed pattern of microwave. So where these are coming from? What is the source of them?
If I told you that the source of cosmic microwave background, the process which forms the first atom of universe 13.7 million ago. If I also told you that it is a cause to look universe orange. That's right.
To support the point of Bilal, which Bilal narrates, let's take the example of toaster. जब कभी हम टोस्टर को ऑन करते हैं तो हमने देखा होगा कि वो ग्लो करता है और उसका कलर जो होगा वो पेल रेडिश कलर का होगा. And not just toaster, whenever we heat any element or any kind of element, हम देखते हैं कि हमें जो उसकी लाइट मिलती है वो पेल रेडिश कलर की होती है. But if we have the instrument which can see beyond the human limit, so we will come to know that the toaster or any heating element are not just emitting the pale reddish color light. Instead, it is emitting the electromagnetic waves of every possible wavelength. Moreover, अगर हम इसकी इंटेंसिटी और डिफरेंट वेवलेंथ का ग्राफ बनाएं तो हमें कुछ इस तरह का ग्राफ मिलेगा.
This graph represents several black body spectrum curves. The y-axis represent the intensity and x-axis represent the wavelength. As we can see, as we go down into the temperature, the wavelength increases. The lowest curve we get at the temperature of 300 Kelvin in this graph.
Has the thermal spectrum. Because anything which has the temperature, they have the random motion of their particles which emit the electromagnetic waves of every possible wavelength. But if we go very low towards the temperature, approximately 2.7 Kelvin, let's say, we got the shift wavelength towards the microwave level. As we know that, as we explained earlier, that the temperature has inversal relation with the wavelength. So when we go very low towards the temperature, that is 2.7 Kelvin, our wavelength shifted towards the microwave level.
Into the thermal spectrum which have ever been observed. Problem is that the space is much empty. There is no anything which could have temperature of 2.7 Kelvin. So why does CMB look like thermal spectrum at all?
We have to look back into the history, approximately 400,000 years after the Big Bang. At that particular area, the charges were permeating at a very highly temperature, and it was impossible for the electrons to form atoms, stars, planets, us, or anything else. At that time, the universe were existing in the plasma state, and everything within the plasma were emitting the electromagnetic waves of every possible wavelength. The light was emitting, but it couldn't travel more far because of the absence of neutral atoms. Whenever the light was emitted, it was snuffed by the other radiating electrons, so that's why the light could go far anyway. At that particular time, we also known as dark ages.
Plasma cooled down at 300 Kelvin. The neutral atom formed with no more free electron which redirect the light to the universe to become very first and transparent. And that light, which plasma had emitting, travel through the space everywhere in all direction forever. And as universe is expanding,
As Bilal explained that our universe is expanding constantly. So this expansion expands the light too by a cosmological process known as redshift. So that the orange color expanded for millions of years and shifted into red color and then into infrared region and then into microwave. That is the dark color. That is the reason why we see the color of the space is black. So in this way we can say that CMBs are the oldest light of the universe, and in this way we can predict the age of the universe.